Hello, hello, how are you guys doing? What is up? How you guys doing? I hope you can hear me all right. There's some issues with the feedback on OBS, so I can't really hear what I'm streaming. Hope you guys are having a fun Friday. It's Friday, right? Yeah, it's Friday. Hope you guys had a fun week, fun Friday. Thank you Fitzsimmons Dev for the follow. Also thank you Ryan Solid for the follow an hour ago. Lots of fun people in chat. Peachy Lex, thank you for showing up. Nest, great to have you here. Fitzsimmons Dev, thank you for showing up. Thank you for chatting. Yuri Codesbot is here. How's it going? Jutanium, I have job hunt updates. Awesome, I would love to hear those. You guys can hear me all right? Is the music level and the audio or my audio fine? Talking to the founder of Cypress as my second interview. Holy shit, congratulations, man. That's big. Applied for an engineering position and they want me as the product manager. Let's fucking go. What else is going on? Anyone else got any fun updates to talk about? Let's see if I can put chat up on screen here. And I can put this here. Nope. Let me pop this out. I'll pull this up here. Actually, YouTube chat is kind of blah. I hope you don't mind YouTube, we're just kind of boring sometimes. Audio is perfect, music is good. Awesome, apple green color looks good on you. Is that a subtle jab at me rejecting Apple? Damn, that's insane, excited for you. Keep us updated for sure, hell yeah. Product manager is an awesome position. I love the subtle Apple dig, Alice. What else is going on? Talk to me, talk to me. How's it going? I think I'll start in a couple more minutes. Let's see if a couple more people flow in slowly. I've posted tweets, I've posted Discord messages, I've posted LinkedIn messages. Let's see if people show up soon. Warple, what do you do, Dave? Or Dev? I am currently a university student. I used to work as a full stack developer. I left my job last month because it was kind of getting boring and I wanted to focus on graduation. I wanted to make more content. So currently I'm just making content, really, and just trying to graduate soon. Basically follow the same job techniques as Dev, go through networks only. Yeah, that's all that we're going to talk about today. So very excited to have you here. And of course, throughout, if you have any questions, any concerns, any clarifications, anything more that you want to know, feel free to throw them in chat. Or you might also want to hang on to those for a while so that we can address all of the questions at the end. By at the end, I mean after the quote-unquote talk. It's probably not going to take too long. I don't know. I have a bunch of content planned for this. Let's see how long this takes. It might end up being 20 minutes. It might end up being a whole fucking hour. DM me on Twitter, Discord. I'm still job hunting. Yes. Please DM everyone if you have some sort of opportunities. Let us know. This is a great community. We have very talented people in this community who can do a lot of great stuff. You do have one offer as docs lead. Is that solid? Trying to get all the offers I can decide. Aren't you already a solid docs lead? Or is that still an offer stage? Alright, let's see if we can get started on this. So I'm going to pull up my trusty eraser.io. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out Eraser yet, go do it. The solid docs lead is volunteer. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. If you want to check out Eraser, it's a pretty fun whiteboarding tool. Go to this link, eraser.io/dev. It's a pretty nice tool. I've been using it for like 3 months now. For everything, like you probably got a glimpse of how many diagrams and folders I have in here. New startup nobody has heard of? Even better. You're gonna be the one person who changes that with the new documentation. Alright, let's see how to make other people give you a job. That's what we're here for, right? Hello there, friends. How's it going? TVARS. Also, Bold009, thank you for following. It's great to have everyone here. It's great to have so many people. Honestly, this is a lot more than I was thinking. Icon Pancakes, thanks for showing up once again. Excited for the info, so am I. Honestly. So let's get rid of that and we'll just stick to diagramming here. Although this is a pretty useful thing, just having some bunch of text right next to your diagrams. Pretty nice. Final check, is music, audio, and my audio fine? Or do I need to adjust audio on for anything? Let me know because I'm not hearing any feedback. Awesome resource, never knew about this app. Are you talking about Twitch? You never knew about Twitch? This is a... Yeah, calling Twitch an awesome resource. Oh, you mean Eraser, I'm sorry. You meant Eraser. Yeah, if you use Excalibur, the base is pretty similar. Like the lines and the text is like not super, like the font still looks like it's kind of hand-drawn, like Excalibur, just a little less so. But it has a lot of awesome features, like diagram as code, which is probably my favorite thing to do. Like I love diagrams and I love code. So if you put both of them together, that's just a dream for me. I ate an entire pizza for lunch, so I'm too stuffed to do anything but watch the stream. Guess a lot of stream strategies, but I will still learn something. Fuck yeah. I'm an ex-streamer. That's great to know. Why did you stop streaming? Why did you stop streaming? Did you get bored of it or something else? Also, are you a streamer on Twitch? Because I am going to do this. Last day of the notice period and here I am. Great to have you here, Alice. All right, so let's talk about this. The premise is how to make other people give you a job. So let's start with the very basics here. There is someone who has a job opportunity or a job position. I want a shout out, Dev. I'll give you a shout out. Don't worry. Nikki T online. What's up, Nikki T? Thank you for showing up. I'm doing great. Dark mode will be a great update. Yes, they are working on a dark mode. I told them that as soon as I pulled up Eraser on my live stream, my entire live stream audience collectively demanded dark mode. And they're like, okay, that was threatening to them. So there is someone, and there's you. Now this someone, let's say, has an opportunity. Now I'm calling it opportunity and not a job opportunity or a job because it doesn't necessarily always have to be a job. Sometimes it can be a business opportunity. If you're making a product or if you're trying to sell something, the opportunity might just be that this person wants to buy it. Or if you're a content creator, like me and like so many other people in this chat, this opportunity might be a sponsorship offer. It might be a collaboration offer. So I'm just calling it an opportunity for now, and pretty much everything that I talk about will apply to all of these opportunities. But of course the focus is on a job for now. So let's say this person here has an opportunity and you here, you want that opportunity. What does it look like? So the first thing that can happen, which most of us end up doing, is that you will reach out to the someone saying, you have an opportunity and I think I am a good fit. So this is the gist of what we usually end up doing, right? Blackmail. This is job applications, this is reaching out to recruiters, this is asking for referrals, whatever that is. It kind of looks like this. You notice someone else has an opportunity that you want, whether that be a job, whether that be sponsorship, and you think that you should have that opportunity or you want that opportunity and that you are a good fit. This is what that dynamic looks like. The other end of this, which I really want to nail home today in this stream, is the opposite. Is this someone is going to reach out to you saying, I have an opportunity and I think you are a good fit. Now, you might want to take a few seconds and see the contrast between the two. They have an opportunity, sure, but here you're the one reaching out to them, and here they're the one reaching out to you for this opportunity because they think that you are a good fit. Honestly, this is a great position to be in. And as someone, if you're someone who has been in this position for a while, you might look at this and fantasize a bit because I know I used to think that this is something that can only happen like 20 years down the road. Once you have like a lot of experience, once you have a huge network, once you are very famous, and that's when you get into something like this. That was the kind of fantasy or myth that I had about this. Arrow matter, yeah. So, but I realized over the last year or maybe even before that this is actually not that hard, or I mean it is hard, but it's actually not that tricky, or it's like you don't need 10, 20 years of experience in an industry to get to this point. So let's shift gears a bit and let's try to break this down. Let's try to find out how we can get into this scenario, how we can be this person, and how we can have other people reach out to us for an opportunity that they have and that we can fulfill. So there are two parts here. One, I have an opportunity. Two, I think you are a good fit. Whenever I give this kind of advice, I sound like an asshole, lucky, privileged white dude who was given everything. Yeah, and that's the stereotype that I kind of want to break. This is not that hard. Again, I'll probably keep saying it's not that hard to achieve, but it is definitely hard. But then it's not like applying to 5,000 jobs and making resumes and writing cover letters or making portfolios is not hard. So everything is hard. It's just not as hard as some people might think. It's not privilege, it's effort. And it's strategy. So in this stream, I want to get the strategy and the motivation behind this communicated. So let's put ourselves in this someone's shoes. Let's say you are this person and you have an opportunity that you want to give someone. Why would you do that? Well, it's this statement right here. You have an opportunity and you think that this person is a good fit. So to be in this position here, you have to satisfy these two requirements. The first one is, does this person, or okay, let's see. How do I want to approach this? Let's start here. Let's assume that this is true, that there is someone who has an opportunity and they might want to give it to you. They might want to reach out to you about it. Well, they can only do that if they think you are a good fit, which means that you need to have some experience, of course. So if the opportunity is, let's say, a React developer, or it's a data position, or it's an AI position, they're really only going to reach out to you about it if you have that experience, right? If you don't have any AI experience or React experience, people are probably not going to reach out to you about, hey, I have a React position, or I want a web app build, can you do it for me? Because you just don't have that experience, right? Definitely with strategy, but easier because, for example, I was able to do a good college where I could network and then start the chain. Yeah, I was also able to go to a decently good college, but I didn't really have a lot of opportunities to network here. Most of my networking happened on Twitter, on Discord, and in conferences. And those are things that are available to everyone. It doesn't matter if you're going to college or not. Tech Savvy Travis raiding with a party of 13. Thank you very much. Holy shit. Third stream in my life and we have a raid already. Thank you very much for raiding. Hope you guys had a good stream. What do you guys talk about? What was the stream about? Don't you live in Fucking Ohio? Yeah. Do you mean that as a good thing? I found pancakes, or is that a bad thing? Does that mean I have more opportunities or less? Rust serverless functions. Hell yeah. I know absolutely nothing about Rust other than it's fast and the community is annoying. I'm kidding. I love Rust. I want to learn Rust at some point. So let's, just a quick recap what we are talking about. Annoying LOL, yes. So, quick recap. We are talking about how you can make someone give you a job. So in a position that you want a job or an opportunity, and someone else has that opportunity that you want, you can be in one of these two positions. Now these two are kind of extremes. Usually you would want to be somewhere in between these two. It's more of a spectrum. But you might want to be closer to this one, where other people already know about you and they're reaching out to you or they're vouching for you, instead of them having no idea who you are and you having to prove to them that you know what you're talking about, in which case you also become just one of thousands. Graham the Devrel, you are annoyed by a community of 16 people in the world? Damn, savage. What do you mean you're not welcome here, Dan? You're gonna catch a timeout if you're going to say things like that. Yes, everyone is welcome here. That was the wrong raid. No, it wasn't. All right, let's get back here. So in the scenario that someone else reaches out to you for an opportunity, there are these two kind of criteria that have to be fulfilled. We're talking about the second one first, because I'm only going to talk about this one for a little bit. I'm not going to go too detailed into this because I really want to talk about this a lot more today. So I think you're a good fit. You're going to be a good fit for an opportunity if you have some experience. But having experience is not enough. Like most of us probably have a little bit of experience, but we have a hard time telling people about it. So you also want to share your experience. Like even if I have worked 5 years with React, if someone doesn't know about it, if someone doesn't know that I have 5 years of experience with React, they're probably not going to give me an opportunity that needs 5 years of experience with React. However, if they know that I have 5 years of experience with React, they're going to be very happy to send this opportunity over to me. And that's the goal with this. Now, again, I'm not going to go too detailed into this. I'll probably cover this in another video at some point or another live stream. Also, a lot of people have some great advice here already. So I'm just going to talk about a quick overview of what we can do. Camera in top right, maybe. Whoops. That is a good idea. Like that. Is that better? We should lie in interviews. I get you, bro. No, please don't lie in interviews. Got a little electronic drum kit. Yes, Tech Savvy Travi, I have an electronic drum kit, which I very occasionally play. Open source definitely brought. Yes, I'm going to very quickly get to that. Your camera is evil, please kill it. What do you mean, my camera is evil? Like my camera on screen? Or do you just want my face to be gone from the stream? Because that is very offensive. I don't take comments like that lightly. So, have experience. This in itself is a tricky one because it kind of creates a infinite loop. You need experience for a job, but you need a job for experience, right? No. Well, job or existing work is only one of the factors, or it's only one of the things that you can do to gain experience. You can have side projects. You can attend boot camps. You can do, like, if you're going to college, that's even better. You have a bunch of school projects. If not, and if you can afford it, you can go to boot camps. Or if not, there's a lot of free boot camps, like Free Code Camp is one of the best one out there. And of course, we have open source. So you can contribute to open source. You can make your projects open source. Just like look at open source projects, try to contribute to them. And that's a great way to collect some experience. When it comes to sharing experience, I'll try to go in order of like difficulty or how easy it is to do it. So the first one, of course, is social media. So whatever you're working with, whatever you're playing around with, just make some posts about it. Like if I'm playing around with Solid and I'm enjoying it, I'll just make a couple tweets. Hey, Solid.js is insane. It's fast. It's pretty fun to use. And you don't run into pitfalls like dependency arrays. And you can just say things like that on social media. You can talk about some issues that you ran into. You can talk about some challenges that you faced and how you fixed them. And just post them on Twitter, post them on LinkedIn. And it's a great way to like share your experience. People on LinkedIn will see that and, oh, hey, this person is playing with Solid, or this person knows a lot about React. This person is doing stuff with AI. So if I want a job, or if I want someone to do this job for me, I'm going to reach out to this person. Versus give me credit, exactly. Dipankar Kumar Singh, thanks for the follow. Thanks for showing up to chat. Gave me teammates I learned from, exactly. Open source has like way too many benefits. You can also use open source as a great way to share your experience. Any side projects you work on, put them up on open source. Thanks for the follow, Nom Nom and Turing Moonyach. Turing Moonyach. Yach. I don't know how to say that word, I'm sorry. Just build a portfolio website. It's pretty easy to build. If you are in tech already, if you have enough experience with HTML and CSS, you can just build your own, or you can use Wix, Squarespace, whatever, and you can build a portfolio out of it. It's a great way to share your experience. And finally, content. This is the strategy that I've been doing. If you haven't noticed already, just make content about it. So take these social media posts, or take the same things that you would talk about on social media or to your friends or to your coworkers, put them into blog posts or make quick videos out of them and throw them up. Content is a great way to share your experience with things, and I cannot there are a lot of opportunities that I've gotten just out of my content, just out of some of my videos and some of my blog posts, because people saw them, people liked them, people realized that I have experience in this area, and they reached out to me. So to satisfy the second one, where someone has to know that you are a good fit for an opportunity, you have to have experience and you have to share experience. And these are some high-level strategies that you can use. Now I want to focus a lot more on this. How do you find people who have opportunities? That's the more tricky thing to do. So let's take this. Let's see, let me try to catch up with chat. Chat is going way too fast. I did not expect these many people to show up. Rutam Bhagat on YouTube chat. Hey Dev, thanks for showing up. Streaming can hurt me and they're not wrong. Alright, so a bunch of good conversation on streaming here. Alright, so let's take these two, and put them over here. Now, how do you find people who have opportunities? Because what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of people. And there's a lot of people. And you don't know which one of them have the opportunity. It's kind of a game of Where's Waldo, right? Especially with the layoffs. This has become even harder, even more difficult. And then there's competition. Some people have opportunities and they just immediately give it to someone else. Usually there's not a lot of opportunities in the market. There's more people and not enough opportunities. So let's say there are these many people in our imaginary hypothetical scenario, and one of them has this opportunity. Who do you connect with? You don't know, because if you don't know any of them, you don't know who has an opportunity and who doesn't. So let's say that the person that you connect with, we can turn them green. By the way, this is the part where I'm talking about networking. Networking in this, in our colorful example, is simply when a circle turns from white to green. White is they don't know you, and green is they know you. And that's what networking accomplishes. You can go to someone that you don't know, you can chat with them a bit, you can build a connection with them, you can build a friendship with them, you can talk about your work, you can ask them about their work, and this process is called networking. Very simple. It's how we make friends, it's how we make relationships, it's what we do when we go on dates, and it's what we do when we go to conferences. Pretty much the same thing. And then we turn that into green. Now, in this scenario, I just connected with these two people. However, none of them have the opportunity that I'm looking for. None of them have an opportunity that they can give me, because it's this person here who actually has that opportunity. So, to make sure that you find an opportunity that you're looking for, you kind of have to cast a really wide net. Something like this. And this might look a little daunting at first, but it can be done, and I will talk a lot about how to achieve this. My stream is so good that people are networking in chat. That was the whole goal. Ebuk and Daniel in the YouTube chat, thank you very much for showing up. By the way, if you're on YouTube chat, it seems like the Twitch chat is a lot more lively, a lot more chatty today. So you can also hop over to Twitch. And yeah, like Yuri said here, people are networking in my chat. So yeah, come over to my Twitch chat if you're not already here. Also, it'll help me become a Twitch affiliate quicker if there's more people watching my stream. What's the strategy to connect with plus 1k lol? I'll get there. I'll get there, Bananas. Bananas code? YouTube has chatters, yes, unfortunately. Alright, so one of the best ways to cast a wide net, or let me start here first. Casting a wide net like this is usually difficult because people are spread out all across the place, right? Something like this. Like people are all over the place. Some people are in your city, some people are on Discord, some people are in a whole another country, and some people probably haven't even been born yet. Yeah, I don't think you can connect with people who haven't been born yet, but you get the point. People are all over the place. So you kind of have to like put efforts separately in trying to connect with different people. Unless they are not all over the place. Unless they're all in the same spot. Now, can someone think of a situation when a bunch of people, a bunch of talented and high-level people in tech might be at the same spot? Chat, I'm looking at you. Who can tell me when you can find a huge collection of talented people? Conferences, yes, correct answer. Which is why conferences are one of the best ways to network. Because it's a hotspot of everyone that you might want to connect to, all in one place. So it's one of the best places to cast a wide net like this, because you actually don't have to cast a wide net. You just need to walk 2 steps and you find someone else to talk to. And then you walk 3 steps and you find someone else to talk to. And obligatory React Miami is in 2 weeks. And I am a media partner for React Miami. Now, conferences can be expensive. Yes, for sure. If you can afford to go to conferences, please, please, please. And and if you can afford to go to conferences, and if you need these kind of opportunities, conferences are a great place to do it. If you cannot afford it, please don't worry about it. There's still other places that you can do networking on. There's still social media, there's still Discord servers, there's still Slack channels, there's still LinkedIn. Conferences are more of it's a slight pay to win scenario, if you can think of it like that way. So, looking forward to seeing you guys at React Miami. Bye bye, have a good Friday. I'm kidding. Alright, let's get back here. What else we got? So the reason why I think networking is kind of a cheat code when it comes to professional lives is this. Let's say that you have connected with these 2 people here. Right. Now they don't have an opportunity, but they now know you. They know that you have experience. They know what kind of experience you have. And if they run into an opportunity at some point, they'll give it to you, sure. But there's another effect of making connections, which is an exponential growth. It took me a while to realize that networks grow exponentially. So if you connect with these 2 people, you are by proxy, and let's say this person is connected to these 2 and this person is connected to these 2 people, and they're probably like, let's say they're friends or co-workers, or they know each other in some other way. You are now by proxy also connected to these people. Did you see what happened here? Put a list of jobs, apply to 200, 1K, 2K, connection shit never works. If you're doing it correctly, it might just work. So you see what happened here. you just connected with 2 people, but now because you also tapped into their networks, you are just automatically connected to 3 more people now. So now, because this person has an opportunity, it's very likely that this is going to travel down here, and then that's going to travel down to you. Also, if you can get someone a job, it will help you too. I will get to that point very soon, Dan. Don't worry. Did you trick us into doing DFS? I'm not sure what a DFS is, so if you're thinking of a pyramid scheme, maybe. Are professional networks a pyramid scheme? Could be. I mean, conferences already are pay to win. You can say connections are. All right, I'll stop now. All right, so what do we have so far? Network with people. Cast a wide net. Conferences are a great place to network, to cast a wide net. And networks grow exponentially. Now, network grows exponentially. Yes, that is true. But that also means that it kind of loses its strength. So you can kind of think of networking as, how do I put it? Let's say that you connected with these 2. Let's put them on a slightly intense green. So let's have this new spectrum here, where the intensity of the green, that's the reason 6 degrees of separation actually works in most cases, yes. Give me 1 second, I need to turn down some of my notifications. Annoying. Quit text. One more. Need to get rid of this. You have thousands of followers and you can get them to think about you. Exactly. The more influence this person has, if this person is connected to a lot of people, again, now you're connected to more people. But then there's if this person is really connected to so many people, it might be difficult to connect with them, because then a lot of people also want to connect with them. So it becomes a little more difficult. This is where the more difficult parts or the more tactical parts of networking start to show up. Because it's not just about making a connection with people, it's about making a good connection. Let me showcase that with this. Let's call this the connection meter. I am going to gamify everything. Everything is a game and a matter of numbers and stats. Let's say this is where you are. You can go higher up, and the higher up you go, the better connection you have with that person. Or you can just go, you can keep going lower into the red territory, and that's a very bad connection. What that means is that even if they have an opportunity, and even if they think you might be a good fit, they still wouldn't reach out to you because there's just huge red flags all over the place. So what we need to do is not only to connect with people, but also we want to go up this ladder. What that leads to is that, let's get rid of some extra arrows here. Let's say this person is still only connected to these 2. Now, if you're much better connected to this person, if you have a better friendship with them, if they know more about you, if you know more about them, then they're also going to transfer more of that to other people. Let's turn these back to white, and let's see what happens here. This is actually much lighter. Also, if anyone here has like issues telling these colors apart, I'm very sorry. Please let me know, and I'll probably just pick like different colors to do these instead of different shades of the same color. But you see what's happening here. The better connected you are with someone, the more their influence can transfer over. And not just that, the better connected you are with someone, the more likely they are to give an opportunity to you. For example, let's say both of these people have the same opportunity, or they both have some opportunity that you would like to have. This one is much more likely to make it to you compared to this one because you're better connected to them. That's it. And same thing here. This one is a lot more likely to make it to you because this person is hard vouching for you. They know you pretty well. They know your experience pretty well. They know your work ethic really well. So they're going to say, hey, I know someone who can do this job really well. And then they send it over. This is less likely because, again, the strength of the connection and is not as good. So your goal is not only to cast a wide net. Your goal is not only to cast a wide net to connect with as many people as you can. You also want the connections to be meaningful, to be useful. How are you guys feeling so far? Sick Nick in YouTube chat, hi. How are you doing? Thank you for showing up. You want to have no comments on that, bananas. Even in conference, they're like, here's my business card, call me daddy. Nobody on LinkedIn answer to my messages unless they're recruiters. Again, if you're just sending out messages to recruiters and other people, you're back here. You're not here anymore. We're talking about how you can get to this position from here. Like that. So this is now. And this is aspiration. Or let's call it a goal. Sending messages, sending DMs, sending emails, sending job applications, they're all in this area. Again, I'm not saying that you'll completely come over to this and you'll never have to send a message again. But the more you move towards this, the better it's going to get. Do I have any mods in the chat by any chance? I don't think I made any mods so far. I might have made AJC a mod, but he's not here. All right. So let's figure out how we can do this. LinkedIn has its own strategy, and it's way better than in the afternoon. It's very bad. It's way bad on Fridays. It's different than Twitter in that way. You have to game the timing algo. Yeah. Again, algorithms and stuff, those are, if you're talking about like algorithms, what's a good time, what's a good strategy on a specific platform, that gets into like really specific ways of networking. That's a lot more tactics than you might even need. Like I've never had to think about the algorithm on Twitter or LinkedIn, or like what time someone might be online, what time is better. I've basically never thought about that, and I'm still taking a lot of advantage of the networks that I've built up over the last year, without ever thinking of algorithms, because it's more micro optimization than anything. So let's get here. Let's say you are at a conference and there's a person you want to talk to, the person you want to connect to. You approach them. Well, what will you say? Put in the chat. Let's say that you meet me at a conference. Let's say I don't know you. Or you meet someone else who you think is a good person to connect with, who might have an opportunity or you might want in your network. What are you going to say to them? Let's see how good my chat is at networking already. Hi, sir, I need money and job. Great answer. What else you guys got? I know there's networking experts here. Give me something. Hi, I saw your work with this technology. I work with it too. How did you get started working with it? That's an amazing answer, Lex. You're doing a great job. I can already tell React Miami is gonna be a blast for you. I missed the question as I was distracted. Broke the first broke the first rule of good networking. Pay attention to the other person. Yes, that's a good one. The question is just that. Let's say you are in an event, or maybe even in a Twitter space, and there's a person you're trying to form a connection with. What would you say to them if you've never met them before? You know about them. You can probably go to the internet and do some research. Go to their LinkedIn, go to their Twitter. Maybe if they have a website, a YouTube channel, you can do a little bit of research. But then what would you talk to them about? If it was a woman, I can say you've got great. I would just ask them questions about themselves and see how it goes. Try to tie my own experiences in with their responses. See how I can help them. Perfect. That's also a very great answer. It's easier to make a genuine connection, yes, when it's not tech related. There we go. We're getting some keywords here that I wanted to get at. Genuine connection. Too big? Okay. So this is how you go up the ladder. Genuine connection. And exactly what Lex is saying, it's easier to make a genuine connection with someone when it's not tech related. The assumption there is that you want to make a genuine connection with people. That's how you get up here. That's the way to get here. That's the way to form a good friendship or a good connection. It has to be genuine. It cannot be fake. And it's easy when it's not tech related, because then I guess talking about tech might give more anxiety. And if you really want something, it's hard to turn off that part of the brain. If I want to make a connection with someone, I would be careful about researching them as it looks stalkerish. If you have seen some of their content and it genuinely helped you, was interesting, then you could bring that up. Yes, again, the key word there is genuine. You'll see that pattern everywhere. In every good piece of advice, you'll see this word. Anime connection really works. Yes, the power of friendship works. Real trick is to match a person's energy and tone, ask them questions. Yes. So let's look at some examples here. I'm sorry, my cat is eating plastic. Hey, shut up. I don't want my cat eating plastic, I'm sorry. So let's look at some examples. Hi, my name is Dev. Do you have a job for me? What do you guys think about this? CM Griffin, thanks for showing up. You made it to the stream. Yes, you did. You threaten your cat? Only when she's trying to eat plastic. Cat reveal? She's been in some of my videos, I think. Make a genuine connection with us. Let's see the floof. So what do you think this... Wow. You said cat reveal and now she's on my desk. Alright, I guess we're taking a cat break. Hi. Come on. Come on. I got treats for you, I think. Nope. She doesn't want to come up to the camera. I'm sorry. She's very shy. Yes, so... Like a Warple? Yes, like Warple recognized. This is big red. You say this and you're going to drop here. Don't do this, please. I'm saying this because I have seen people do this. Let's look at another example. Let's go back up. Let's try again. Hi. Am I in caps lock on? Yeah. Hi. My name is Dev. I am a full stack application developer. Do you have a job for me? What do you guys think about this one? There are some events where you can practice networking. Yes. Healthy Gamer Discord has those networking practice sessions. Yeah. And it's not just, you can try to do some of these on your own. There's probably some meetups like this in your city, or if not, there's probably some online. I don't know if you guys can see her right here. Hi, Lou. You want to say hi to the camera? Right here. And she ran away. She's huge, yes. In case you guys are wondering. Yeah, she just said no. She dipped out. She's networking. So yes, this is also red. Maybe not as much because you at least said that you are a full stack application developer. In this case, like there's literally no information. Here, there's at least some information. So let's put it right here. Something like that. It was her typing, not dev, yes. I feel like a message would get a spam firm, yeah. Exactly, these type of messages, if you think they're spam, then you should definitely avoid doing something like that. All right, let's try again. Let's go back up here. Hi, my name, I started with the quotes. My name is Dev. I have 5 years of experience with full stack application development in JavaScript and React. Do you have a job for me? How about now? Where is this? Is this red? Is this big red? Is this small red? Or is this green? And if it's green, is it light green or is it dark green? What do you guys think? This time we added a little more information. We said that we have 5 years of experience. We included some technologies. And we put full stack application developer in there. NG Samurai in YouTube chat, hola amigo. What's up? Thanks for showing up. Still red? Still red. Why am I even giving this talk? You guys already know everything. Between white and pink, yeah. So this is going to be a little bit more red. I won't hire my dad with that message. So we might see a pattern here. If you have absolutely no information about yourself, obviously it's not going to be good. However, the more information that we add about ourselves, the more personality we give ourselves, the better we get. So let's try to continue this pattern. Hi, my caps lock is on again. My name is Dev, and this time we're going to insert a 20-minute monologue about my past experience and goals. Do you have a job for me? What do you think? What do you guys think about this one? Since the pattern was that we are adding more information about ourselves, this time we put a 20-minute monologue. Might as well be in an interview. Exactly. This still does not work. This is big red. This is big red right here. No one has fucking time to listen to 20 minutes of your monologue. I'd be so annoyed. You'd be so annoyed that you came out of lurking mode and put a message in the chat. Thank you for chatting, Doomcrocs. Appreciate you showing up. So clearly, this doesn't fully work. What works? You leave us hanging, for fuck's sake. I mean, I started with saying what works. Here, genuine connection. I'm just going over a little bit more of a strategy. Hi, let's try again. My name is Dev. How are you doing? Where do you work? What's your least favorite JavaScript framework? What's a good place for latte around here? What do you guys think? What is your name? What is your favorite color? What is your social security number? The point, insert funny icebreaker here. What's the average airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Yes, we got Monty Python fans in here. Too many questions. Yes, it is too many questions. I'm not saying you ask all of these questions all at once. The point is that you're not telling them about yourself, that you have experience and you're looking for a job. You are trying to form a genuine connection. Just like how you would do with a friend or someone or a classmate or someone who you're on a date with. You're just trying to make a friend. Bloody hell, give me a job by holding the person on gunpoint. That still won't mark an antimatter. You can try that. I mean, if you're in the United States, you probably have a easy time doing that. I still wouldn't recommend it. Again, the point is that you're trying to form a connection. You don't want to immediately jump into trying to extract value out of this person. You want to make a connection with them. You want this to go up with this genuine connection. You're trying to make a friend. If you're at a conference or a networking event or on Twitter or on Discord or whatever, don't try to rush people into giving you something that you want. That will almost never work. You have to show interest in their work. You have to ask them about what they are doing, because that's how you get them talking. That's how you form a connection with them. You have to talk about your work. And not in a sense like, oh, I built these amazing websites, I had a great time. No, just tell them what made you start working on some sort of a project. If it's a side project, why did you pick that idea? What was the motivation behind it? If it was for a job, what was the purpose? What kind of business value did that bring? I am NG Samurai. Thank you for following, and thank you for transferring from YouTube over to Twitch. Find what they value. This here is another cheat code, because people are passionate about things. If you figure out what they're passionate about and you get them talking, they're not going to stop. For example, I can tell you that I'm passionate about software architecture. So if you come up to me and you start talking about like any sort of architecture, I don't know, whatever you are more familiar with, again, you're trying to make a genuine connection. So it's not something that you can just ask me a question and I can keep talking and you're not engaging with me. But if you find what I value and if you get me talking about it, I'm probably not going to shut up. And the more we talk about it, the better connection we form. If they value, let's say, good engineering, try to get them talking about what that means, how that manifests, how you can be in that position. If they value good teamwork, ask them about what kind of teams they've worked with. I met someone this Tuesday. I chatted with her just a little bit, and then she said that she has been working in like an HR position for a while. So I immediately started talking about HR stuff. I don't know anything about it really, so I just had to draw from like the tiny things that have happened to me that kind of relate to HR. So I started talking to her about, okay, what do job offers look like? What are the things, like if you are given a job offer, there are things in there other than the salary. There are benefits, there are vacation times, there's insurance and things like that. And I got her talking about that and she didn't stop. Because that's what she valued, because she has been working in HR for a while. I also met someone yesterday who does training, market insights, and I immediately asked him, what do you mean by market insights? And he said that, oh, that means looking into the market, looking into different teams and companies and what kind of tools they're using, what problems they're solving. And once again, I started asking more questions. Okay, so tell me about this. What are some tools that people are using? What are the things companies are doing? And he just kept on talking, and that formed a pretty good connection with him. Who drinks latte? Where's my cappuccino? You're passionate about yourself, that's when you don't stop talking at all. That is also true. I am also passionate about myself, so you can also get me started talking about myself. I probably won't have much to say, but whatever I have to say, I'll say it. And how to avoid being down here? Monologue. Same example. Yesterday, there was a there was a career fair yesterday that I was at, and I was sitting with 3 people from a company, and I was having a good conversation with them about the project that I'm working on. Then another student came in. No shade on him. I'm just giving this as an example. And he went on a 5-minute monologue about his experience, about the things he has done, about what kind of opportunities he's looking for, without making it a conversation. It was a monologue. It wasn't a conversation. And like within a 1 minute, I found myself getting bored and looking at my phone and looking at like the pamphlets that were in front of me. Yeah, because that, like, even though I wasn't the target of the conversation, but if that was more of a conversation style, it would have been a great conversation. He could have formed a great connection with me. I could have formed a great connection with him, but that unfortunately didn't happen. And it's the same thing with the people who are there from the company who are looking to hire. I can imagine that they were trying to understand, they were trying to listen to everything, but again, it's not a great way to find a connection. It becomes more of a question and answer at that point. What else can you do here? Send job. As soon as you, if you're like down here in this area and you start asking them for jobs or opportunities, you're going to drop down slowly. So you're going to want to wait for as long as you can. When you're up here, that's when you ask, because that's when that's when they are a lot more likely to give you what you want. Also, don't do things like that. Show, don't tell. If you think you're great, talk about the stuff that you've done. Don't just say. Talk about what projects you worked on, what value you brought to people. Don't just say that I'm very good at this, at XYZ. How old is Dev with 5YOE? Not sure what that means. You gotta show dominance, yeah. But this is not a great way to show dominance though. Can we have a thing much longer conversation on chat? Yes, possible physical talks, but on chat, this much chat. Years of experience. Oh, I am 23. About to be 24 in less than a month. What else did I have here? Right, yeah. So you're seeing the pattern here that to form a genuine connection, or you have to form a genuine connection by talking about values, by talking about work, by sharing things, by finding things that you are in common with. And again, this is not only limited to tech stuff. This can be limited to this can also be hobbies. If someone values like working out, talk to them about working out. Talk to them about what motivates them, and ask about if you're also interested in working out. Ask them about it. What should you do? How should you get started? If you find someone who likes corgis or who likes cats, like me, talk about cats. I don't think I can talk too much about cats because I've only had her for like a little over a year, and I still consider myself as a dog person, but I can talk about cats. I have a lot of stories to share about my cat. I can do that. If you find someone who likes coffee, like you've seen coffee on my brand all over the place, get me started talking about coffee and I probably won't stop. This is an actual issue that many are not aware of. Many people that think that trying to share common experience can make a great connection. which is reasonable. However, if this happens too many times in a conversation, this can lead to an issue of just talking about yourself and not enough time for two-way conversation. Yes, don't do too much. Find 2-3 things they value. Let's limit it at that. Find a few things and just try to use those to form a deep connection. Your goal is not to like find 500 things that are common between you and them. Your goal is to make a connection, a deep connection, which means find those few things and talk about them as much as you can. And once that kind of gets boring, or once the conversation starts to shift, then move on to the next thing. And it has to be a two-way conversation. It cannot be just you sharing your experience and them sharing yours. You have to find things to relate to. I'm getting a call. I'm sorry. And once you have formed a genuine connection, or the better connection that you have formed with someone, the more likely they are to give you a job. So you kind of have to, this is a very kind of long-term thing. This is not something that you can or you will be able to capitalize on all the time. This is not something that you can just, you have 2 conversations with someone and then you ask about a job. Let me put it like this. The best long-term way to get a job is to never ask for one. What do you guys think about that? Fax. I got a fax from Yuri. I'm going to take that as supreme validation. Because let's say once you are up here, once you've like kind of maxed out the meter, you basically never need to ask them that you need a job, because you have formed such a connection that they already know what your skills are, what your experience is, what your work ethic is like. And at that level, they will automatically give you opportunities. This is how you get here. This someone in this example is like that. You have a pretty good connection with them, and then this is going to happen. They'll run into an opportunity and they'll very happily throw it to you. Or if they know someone else with the opportunity, they are going to vouch for you, saying that, hey, I know this person who's really great at this stuff and I think they would be a good job for this opportunity. They're going to pull it out of them and they're going to throw it to you. You don't even need to ask them because of how well of a connection you've made with them. This is the power of making genuine connections. I'm telling you, networking is a literal cheat code for like a successful professional life. And I'm very, as someone who's been in a university for 5 years, I am very surprised that people don't know about this more, or people don't talk about this more, about all of this. These are things that I've learned in less than a year, maybe a little closer to a year, but my professional career really blew up after attending React Miami last year. And I wasn't even good at networking. I was, compared to today, I was pretty bad. And it was still a pretty good opportunity for me. I still got to meet a lot of people. I got very good at I got slightly good at talking to people. And it also gave me a slight Twitter boost. 5 years in a university, yes. We have a 5-year IT program here. Or most STEM programs here at UC are 5 years instead of 4. Because we also get to work full time. DevCDUA, thank you for showing up in YouTube chat. Also, we have a new follower, Rutam Bhagat, thank you for following. I need follow alerts at some point. I think that's pretty much all I had. Which uni? University of Cincinnati. The one and only. This is pretty much all I had at this point. You guys have questions? You guys have comments? Please let me know. I can add anything else here. Or if you're watching this later on YouTube, you can put your your questions down below, or you can just reach out to me on Twitter. My Twitter username will be right here. And yeah, follow me on Twitter, send me a DM, or just tweet at me with any questions that you might have, and I'll try my best to answer them. Did you talk about what you do if you cannot attend conferences? Let's do that. So the conferences are not really a super special opportunity. Like the only reason, okay, let me do this again. When we were here, we talked about how like a lot of people, or only few people out of like everyone will have opportunities. So if you want the most access to opportunities, you have to cast a very wide net. You have to connect with a lot of people. Now conferences make this easy, or slightly easy, because it's a place where a lot of different people, a lot of people that you might want to connect to, are in a small place, are in the same place. Now it's easy as in like you don't have to spend that much effort, but it's still very draining on your energy, on your social energy, or when you're trying to talk. Like I've been talking for the last hour and my throat already hurts because I don't do a lot of talking. So going to a conference is going to be very exhausting for me. But if you can manage that energy, it's just a place that you can focus all your energy into, cast a very wide net, and connect with a bunch of people. Now, if you cannot attend a conference, that doesn't mean you don't have access to them anymore. That just means you have to spend a little more time. You have to connect with more people, more on an individual basis, or you have to use other strategies like being on a Discord server where a bunch of those people are, or just being on Twitter, or making content, or things like that. You can still connect with them. It's just going to be slightly more difficult because in-person networking sessions have, it's just a different experience. It's just a lot more, or it's a little more valuable, but it doesn't have to be. Like one of my best connections today is Theo, and I've met him, the only time I met him in person was after we were already well connected, after he already knew about me, after he already liked me or watched some of my content. Because I didn't connect to him in a conference, I connected with him on his Discord, in his Twitch chat. Like you're connecting with me right now by being in this chat and talking to me. That doesn't have to be at the conference. So if you cannot attend a conference, sure, there are 500 other things you can do. Conference is just one of them. It's a long-term game and networking is kind of a wide term, not a concrete definition, actionable steps, so not a lot of students paid attention to it. If we have more actionable content on networking like this for students, I think most students would love it. Thank you very much. That was good. That is great to know, and that's great feedback. Do you have a job? I don't have a job right now because I am trying to focus on graduating out of a college. I do have a job offer that I'm going to start as soon as I graduate or as soon as I get my employment authorization. And I also, just yesterday, I sent a rejection email to Apple. Apple reached out to me. I did a few rounds of interviews with them. They wanted to do another interview, and I think they very much wanted to hire me. But yeah, working at Apple is not something that I'm a big fan of. Yeah, so I sent them an email. Hey, I'm not sure I want to work at Apple, so just don't worry about the interviews, okay? We're good. Yeah, the reasoning is basically like the thing that I'm doing right now, streaming on Twitch, making content, making YouTube videos, they just won't let me do it. So I'm like, no, fuck this. I like my YouTube way too much. I like my Twitch audience. I like you guys way too much. I gave up Apple for you guys, okay? You guys. Let's go. A rejection email to Apple, yes. So you better hit that subscribe button when I get it, because I rejected Apple for you guys. I was having some apple juice right now. Yeah. I think Mountain Dew might have some like apple in it. I don't know. It's mostly citrus. I don't know where they get it from. Seem to be doing a good job of content, so I think this will be better long-term game. Exactly. Do you guys want this? Like, I can share it. I should just do that. Let's see, copy link. This link and view. Copy, I'm going to put this in the chat. Oh, actually, can I delete that? No, I cannot. I cannot delete that message, can I? Anyways. Yeah, if you guys want to play around with this diagram, I see a lot of people are already in here. Awesome. And again, Eraser is a pretty nice tool. Make sure you give it a shot by going to eraser.io/dev. And that'll let them know that I sent you here, or I sent you there. Yeah, that's pretty much all I had. Anything else you guys are wondering? Any other comments you might like to add? And any other wisdom that you might want to share? I know there's like a lot of people here that are pretty good at networking, that have been doing it for much longer than I have. I also want to say that let me put it right here. I am not an expert at this. This is just my learnings. This is just a summary, if I can fucking spell, of my learnings and experience over the last year. Not everything here might be accurate. And just because I was able to talk about all this, Wabam, W-A-B-A-M-N, how do you say that? Wabam, thank you for follow. Love to have you here, love to have more people here. Yeah, so just because I was able to, just because I know all of this and I can talk about this, doesn't mean I'm an expert at this. Doing this stuff is hard, because most things in life is hard. And it's also taking me a while. Like, even though I know what to do, it's hard to do it in the moment. So don't expect to be like fully expert at this the next time you attend a conference. I mean, if you aren't already. So this might take a while to kind of like sink into your muscle memory and be like kind of sink into your instincts that this is the thing that you're doing. Because I like, when I approach a lot of people, I get anxious, I get kind of scared, and I get a little shaky, and I'm not really able to talk in a way that I would like to, or that I am preaching here. So yeah, even I'm still learning this. And you guys might have a lot more experience. Please feel free to share it here. How you got a uni spot in the US? By applying. Can you throw in a quickie on how to start networking quickly? Can you elaborate more on that question? Or Sruma? What do you mean, how to start networking quickly? When attending conferences, how do you make yourself stand out? I presume that someone's get a large amount of other people talking to them. How to make you stand out? Well, one good way to stand out is to just do these things. You'll be surprised at how many people are not really good at making genuine connections. So that's one way to stand out. Other than this, I think having to stand out all the time might be kind of a fallacy. Like, you don't always need to stand out of everyone. Maybe sometimes all you need is to be confident in yourself and just talk about what you're doing, even if it's the same as everyone else. You don't form a genuine connection by standing out. You form a genuine connection by engaging in conversations. Your goal is to make a genuine connection, not to stand out. Standing out is usually just standing out is a strategy that these people apply. If you are the one reaching out to someone saying that, hey, you have an opportunity and I think I'm a good fit, this is where you would need to stand out. And I think my Chrome kind of crashed. It did. All right. This is where you need to stand out because this someone doesn't know you. This someone probably has hundreds of other people. And that's when you need to stand out. If you're in this position, guess what? You're already standing out because you are connected to this person and other people are not. So sometimes a great way to stand out is just to have that connection that other people might not have. Nurturing the connection, continuously engaging in a meaningful way, and a great way to make that people remember you. Yes, once you connect with people, maintain and nurture the connection. That was a very important point. Thank you very much, Shinsu Senju. Is there an easier name I can call you by? Not sure why my comments aren't working on mobile. Now they work a little. Being kind and helpful goes a long way. Yes. Kind and helpful. If they're looking for something, help them out. Also, kind not equals to pushover. Yes. Being a pushover is going to push you down the meter, not up. Being confident in yourself, standing up for yourself, it's going to push you up because those are good traits to have in a workplace. Elaboration. I'm just starting my career. How do I get to know someone personally when they are 1,000 miles away, when I don't know much about tech? Don't know much about tech. All right, let's see. 1,000 miles away. Again, thousands of miles away at this point doesn't really matter because we have this thing called the internet. You can connect with people on Twitter. You can connect with people on Discords. So hop into a Discord server, start talking to people, start talking about their experiences, start talking about your experiences, and share some of the work that you've done. And if you don't know much about tech, you'll probably have to fix that first. So this one right here. Have experience and share experience. You would want to talk about your work. If you have time, you work on some side projects, do some boot camps if you can, and work on open source. These are great ways to gather some experience and knowledge that you can then share. And once you have them, social media, open source, portfolio, making content, there's a bunch of stuff you can do. Darren Baldwin, thank you for showing up. Definitely something so many people should learn. Your network is truly your net worth. Yes, your network is your net worth. Call me Senju Hashirama. That's slightly easier. I'll just stick to Senju. Thank you. Oh, Senju, sorry. Once the chart is done, we can build a tutorial with it for searching a graph. Yes. Do you have any good ideas that you could work on now as side projects? Okay, since I'm done with the networking part, I can start going into some other topics, I guess. Good ideas for side projects. Why am I not being zoomed in? Oh, I'm fully zoomed in. Okay. One of the best ways to find good ideas for side projects. Something I would like to use every day. Ask yourself this question. What do you wish existed? What kind of application or automation or something that you want to build? Or don't even think about how you would build it. Just think of things that you would like to have in your own life. Things that you think will solve your problems. It could be every day, could be every month, could be once a year, whatever. For example, I spend a lot of time like just standing in the kitchen or like walking from here to the kitchen thinking about what I should make. So something that I would like to use every day is an app that knows what I have in my kitchen and suggests recipes. This is an app that I've been thinking about for a long time, and as soon as I'm going to find some time, I'm going to build it. Because what this tends you to do, or how do I put it? Side projects are not only about the technology, or I guess any projects are not only about the technology. It's about what problem you're solving, what value are you bringing to people's lives. And if you don't know what value you can bring to someone else's life, just bring value to your own life. Have something that you would like to use in your life, in your daily routine, or that you would love to have on your screen somewhere, whatever. And pick that as a side project. And the next one, my friend would like to use every day. So you just go from here to there. Do the same thing, but do it with your friends, with your family, with someone you know. That's like, for me, that's a great way to look for side project ideas. And don't get caught up in the how. The how is less important than the what. Come up with ideas first, and then think about how you are going to implement it. And this is the part where you start talking to people. Once you have an idea, hop into, let's say, a Discord server, or hop on Twitter and just make a tweet about it. Hey, I'm trying to build this kind of an app. How should I approach it? How should I approach implementing it? Try to break it down into pieces. Is this a mobile app? Is this a web app? Is this an IoT thing? What are the different elements that are needed for this? Do you need a server for it? Do you need a database? Are you going to host it on the cloud, or can you just run it on a Raspberry Pi? These are things that you can figure out once you have this. The better idea you have of what you're building, the better of a time you're going to have trying to think of implementation, because there's a clear goal. Another way to clone popular products and strongly customize them. Yes. So I would recommend doing that if this doesn't work. Or if you just want to practice technical skills and you not focus so much on the value. The point of doing this is that you get to experience both the value bringing portion and the technical portion. If you cannot really think of anything in these two categories, then I would say, yeah, what was it? Yeah, clone popular projects. Make a Hacker News clone, make a Reddit clone, whatever. Those are great to just get some technical experience, because the goal is already set. You're making a clone of this popular thing that already exists. You don't have to come up with ideas on your own. Thanks for taking time to answer the question. Really appreciate it. I'm wondering if these projects would really make me connect with someone. Reason to ask is that I'm thinking of open source projects would make more sense in my understanding. Yes, these projects will help you a lot in connecting with someone, because focus on the value you brought to the world. These projects would probably help you better connect with people than this, because this is just a clone. Like, there's not much to talk about. You can talk about implementation details, sure. But with these projects, like let's say this one here, I can talk about that this is a problem that I was having, that this is something that I was facing that I wanted fixed, and I looked for solutions, but I didn't find a solution that I liked, so I built my own. This is a great way to connect with people, because people out there are not building software just because they like it. Everyone out there who's most enthusiastic people, most talented people who are out there building software, they're doing it with a goal in mind. They're doing it because they want to bring value to the world with this software. There's no better way to connect to these people than to focus on the value that you can bring out of your technical skills. I hope that makes sense. Everyone's telling me I'm a junior engineer. How do I stop that? Okay, let's get to that. How to go from junior to senior. Step 1. Get good. That's it. Might need to put THDXR senior engineer as username. Thanks for showing up, Dex. What's up? How's it going? Thinking open source projects would make a lot more. So yeah, there is no reason why you cannot work on something like this and not make it open source. That'd be a great idea. It's a personal project. Yeah, make it open source. That's awesome. And you can also obviously do open source contributions. That's a whole different area here. I was focusing solely on side projects, on projects that you want to start up from scratch, projects that you want to own. Those are the projects that you would like to have something that brings value, because that's a great way to connect with people. Open source, of course. So you can do any of these, you can do all of these. It's really up to your preference. Stop thinking as a junior developer and be like a lead. Yes. I identify myself as a senior 10,000 or 1000x engineer. Yeah. I identify as an engineer. Yeah, I don't know what I identify as. Remove that. All right, great conversations. I identify as a lamp. I identify as a plant. Great conversations. Please keep asking questions. Keep spreading your own wisdom here. I would really appreciate that. Because yeah, that was pretty much all I had. I'm going to try to edit this out into a YouTube video. It's probably going to suck very hard. And of course I didn't record in my OBS, so I'll have to download a VOD from Twitch, which means it's probably going to be 720p. So sorry for that in advance. I got hired at Dev2 from contributing to their open source code base. Has no guarantees it'll happen in a project. Just throwing it out there. Open source is a great way to get hired, honestly. If you don't know about this already, opensauce.pizza. OpenSauce is doing a lot of good work into collecting open source insights from like everything that you worked on, maybe even making a portfolio out of it and using that to get hired. There's a lot of ways to try to get hired as an open source contributor. It's not easy, it's not pretty. It's usually a lot more difficult to get hired or get paid as an open source person, but it's possible. If you're going into open source, I don't think your goal should be just get hired off of open source or keep working or get paid to work as an open source person or get paid to work on open source projects. That's a really difficult goal to achieve. It's better to use open source as proof of work, as in this area, to share your experience and also to gather experience. Made a Python tool, people have apply housing in my area as a project, but nobody really uses that. Is that really a nice side project? Yes, whatever side projects you have, they're great for, they're great to show to people. And it's amazing that you have a problem in mind that you're trying to solve. Even if you weren't able to bring the value out of what you were doing, out of your side projects, that's not the important part. The important part is that you had that in mind, that you had a problem that you saw and you wanted to solve that problem and you approached it, however you approached it, you can talk about that in detail. But just the fact that you were able to recognize a problem and able to work on it is a huge deal. It took me, like for the first 2 or 3 years of my life, I wasn't able to do that. Actually, that's a lie. One of my very first projects was a problem that I was trying to solve. So yeah, I take that back. One of the strongest signals here I'm getting is contributing to open source. Yes, if you have the time for it, and if you think you can do that, if you have some open source projects in mind that you want to contribute to, it's a fucking awesome idea. Do it. Love open source. Yeah, fuck yeah. Create a simple open source Cordova plugin for security. Daily downloads 2,000 plus. Now that's an even better example. If you think you can bring value, and you actually do bring value, that's an even better thing. But that's not a requirement. It's not like if no one uses your project, it's trash and no one's going to listen. That's not the case. You can contribute to open source. Yeah, it's done wonders for my career. I'm pretty sure it's done wonders for a lot of people's careers. How old are you? If you don't mind answering, are you asking me? I am 23, about to be 24 in a month. Careful, if you open source your code, I will roast it. Yes, people will roast your open source code if it gets popular. Most of the time, people won't care. But yeah, you might get roasted on that code, which is fine. If someone roasts your open source code, all you have to do is to go to their GitHub and roast theirs. No one has perfect, beautiful code. ChatGPT can roast it too, yes. Alright, yeah, that is all I had. I am going to BRB. I'm gonna go to pee or something, get something to drink, maybe get a glass of tea or something, and I'll be right back. I am back. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys didn't kill each other while I was gone. Thought I'd show you my tea setup a little bit. This is a tea brewer I brought from Sikkim in India. It's a pretty nice place. And it opens up. There is a chamber here with holes that I can put tea leaves in, and then I just pour hot water into this. And for tea, I have this beautiful Darjeeling first flush tea. Do you take any vitamins or supplements daily? I do not, Ankara, but thanks for showing up. Thanks for the follow and thanks for the chat. I think that this is first flush, which means this is one of the first. I know I know a little bit about tea, but not much, and not enough that I can talk here. But this is pretty nice. Like, I have to use just a very little bit of tea, and it's amazing. Yes, I am a tea person. I'm also a coffee person, but coffee has kind of stopped affecting me now, so I kind of moved over to tea. What's your favorite type of Indian tea? I've only tried masala chai, I think it's called. I think that's really the only type of Indian tea. I think that's the most popular one. I don't think I've tried like other kinds of teas. It's usually just like black tea or lemon tea, green tea, all the normal stuff. Masala chai is just like you put milk and some spices into it. Coffee tea person, yes. I am going to steal that title and put it on my Twitter bio and a lot of other bios. I'm a coffee tea person. My buddy buys tea off Etsy sometimes, yes. Etsy, I don't know much about Etsy. Alright, the water is done. I'll be right back. No, it's not. I boil my water in microwave, yes. I should have some sort of a kettle that I can just put here on the desk so I don't have to walk over to my kitchen every time I want to make some tea. Do I have enough tea leaves? I think I do, yeah. I also have a small weighing scale so that I can weigh exactly how much tea or coffee I'm using. I like to dial in stuff. Micro optimizations, right? Wow, that's burning. Where are you from again? Are you asking me or is that for Dax? I am from India. Lovely, lovely country of India. That's where I got the tea and this brewer from. I visited India over the winter. So like December, January. I was there for the New Year's and my mom's birthday. You plan on releasing tutorials or coursework in the future? Yes, I do. Could I have your thoughts on this question? What is the question? One of my questions though, should I pick which repo to contribute to by seeing how many opportunities might come from it? Absolutely not. Genuine connection, my friend, genuine connection. This also applies to open source work or any sort of projects that you work on. You cannot, first of all, it's very difficult to figure out what repo will give you opportunities and what won't. Because that's also not the point of open source. The point of open source is volunteering to work on something without expecting returns, right? So if you go into open source expecting returns like that, and like that's how you choose your projects, that's not really a good way to do open source. Why anyone would listen to Dev just because his name is Dev? Yes. That gives me a huge boost. Yeah, so no, just look for open source projects that you're familiar with. Like, I worked with React and React-based libraries for a while. So I think it's a lot more likely that I'm going to be a good contributor to a React library than to a Java library. Even though the Java library might give me some more opportunities because there's more people using it, or if I contribute to PHP Laravel, because that's huge, or WordPress, that's probably going to give me more opportunities, but my contributions are going to be shit because I don't know anything about them. I'm an open source veteran. Yeah, just listen to whatever Dax says about open source. I promise he's not giving any terrible advice here. Everything he says is the word of the law. I should have the chat up on screen for this part. I don't need the preview, or I can pop it out. DX is in the name, so it checks out, yes. Can zoom in a bit. Oh, Ankara, thanks for following. Love to have more people here. So what do you guys want to do now? What should I do now? I can probably just end and try to make this into an edited YouTube video, or I can try to work on something that I've wanted to for a while now. Okay, let me actually do that. Not sure if it's been said already, but make bets on project you can see being huge. If someone comes out of a new competitor to React, it's probably going to fail, but it has a shot at being big, and getting in early is a good thing. Yes. What he's saying is go and work on solid.js. That's the summary of that entire large message. All right, let me try a new one here. It's too late for solid.js. Yeah. All right. Since we are done with the networking topic now, what do you guys know about serverless Presso? Nothing? I know Dax is here, he probably knows quite a bit. I've been to serverless Presso booth, yeah. Yeah, well, I guess, I hope they keep doing it for like the next reInvent. Serverless Presso it's a project that AWS built to kind of showcase how to work with serverless technologies. It's like Express, but not a serverless function. It's an espresso cafe, or just a coffee cafe, or just a cafe, I guess. So it's a like online cafe shop that's entirely built on top of serverless technologies, which means AWS technologies. So, and the whole point of serverless Presso was for AWS to, it uses yeah, AWS Solution Architect's wet dreams. I don't know. I prefer I prefer doing things in code and not in like visual editors or YAML. So I like temporal's style a lot more than step functions. I mean, you had a huge tweet about how trying to represent things as visualizations doesn't work. Workshop.serverlesscoffee.com. Yes. So okay, I should probably talk about this more since I'm talking. It's a online cafe shop thing made entirely on AWS serverless technology. And my goal is to rebuild serverless Presso a lot and use this as a comparison between backend stuff. So these are things like amped, like SST, like Clotho, Architect. So basically, I want to try to go between like different backend technologies and build this application. Build serverless Presso. Remove SST. It's trash. All right, I will remove SST and I will put it right here. So yeah, my goal is basically to do a comparison between like how easy they are to use, or like what are the trade-offs between using all these different technologies. There's probably going to be a lot more here. Eventual is a new one that came out recently that I want to play with. Or really anything else that we can think of. And it's to compare. Oh yeah. There are so many. I actually need to make this like two different lists. Winglang, there's Wasp, there's Nitric. Alright, I think my tea should be done right about now. Oh, actually, I should do this on camera. I need to have my tea workflow on camera, like that. Cloudflare platform, yeah, the Superflare thing. Where are you currently working? Is it live or just a recording? Spoiler alert in YouTube chat, this is live. I'm sorry for not noticing your message earlier. I am currently working at my home. Superflare, what was it called? This thing. Toolkit for Cloudflare workers. Did you not know about this? Oh, just me, Cloudflare directly? I mean, if this exists, why do I have to use Cloudflare directly, right? I might as well use this, or I guess I can also do Cloudflare directly. I can do both of these and do a comparison between them. Although they don't have, oh, they do have events. Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll try Cloudflare as well. I was thinking this needed to exist. Yeah, well, it exists now. So throw this in here and Cloudflare, Superflare. But I need my tea first. If I right here, that's my tea in here. That's being brewed. I have to slowly lift this out and see the tea leaves were like super dried out, and I don't know what to say. Like how to say it. But like the tea leaves look so good after being brewed. It's like literal fresh tea leaves. Like usually tea doesn't come like this. Usually they are crushed and rolled into like tiny, I don't know what's called. But this is such a more fresh way to make tea. And usually they have to like crush and roll it because the leaves don't have a lot of flavor. So by doing that, they can make sure that there's more flavor in the tea. But because this is first flush, the leaves have a lot more flavor, so they don't need to be crushed. You can just use the leaves directly, which is awesome. Like, are you working for any company? I am not right now. I am currently just trying to graduate out of my college, and I'll be working for some company next month, hopefully. Not hopefully, I do have an offer, so yeah. How did you learn all these new technologies so fast? Did you tilt your camera or do you have a second camera? No, I tilted it. Like it's this webcam. I just like that. Work for SST for free? I might. Get chai, bro. It's so much more difficult to brew. This is just like I throw hot water in with tea leaves and it's done. Making chai is kind of yeah. So the question, how do you learn all these technologies so fast? The response, or my answer to that, is that you don't. I learned, first of all, I haven't learned about these. I just know that these exist. I have a very vague idea of what they do. And the whole point of this project is to learn these technologies. And you cannot really do this fast. If the fastest way really to do it is to subscribe to like 5,000 newsletters and try to watch conference talks online where things are announced, be active on Twitter where things are announced, and that's really the fastest way I can think of. But other than that, you don't learn these fast. You have to give them time, or you have to build things with this. So this is a project that I'm thinking of. This is specifically backend. I can also use the same project for comparison between front-end stuff, which means I can do Next.js, I can do Remix, I can do SvelteKit, Solid Start, and anything else that comes up. This is kind of the plan. I want to be able to compare between different projects, different frameworks, and how they're used. But it also means I might have to keep my backend and front-end decoupled. which means I'll have a backend repo. I don't recommend doing this in real projects. I am only doing this because I want to be able to easily switch out implementations of each other. But in a real project, switching out entire implementations is actually a very bad idea. Like, it takes a lot of time. Right, opposite. Sorry, no arrows. These are connected by, let's say, a REST API or something. Some sort of an API will connect them. Typically, like if you're using something like SST or AMP or Clotho Architect, like a lot of these are also, they support front-end frameworks. So you can just write a remix app and have import SST and AMP stuff in there and use it. But my goal is to like intentionally keep them separate. Now it's probably not possible with things like Wasp and Nitric because they are like full stack. Like they have like Wasp especially, it's built, it has React integration built in. So you're just making a React SPA along with in your Wasp application. So it's probably going to be more difficult with that, which means I might have to just like create a whole Wasp-lang project on its own. So there might be special cases in a full stack repo. But I'm hoping that I can still reuse a lot of my components. Like it's still React components, so I can just pull those in from here. Which projects will you build to test these backend techs? Right here, this one, serverless Presso. I am just piggybacking off of AWS's good work. When are you graduating? What are you graduating with? I'm graduating with a BS in IT. Yes, the degree is literally BS. I'm currently learning Android development. Is it worth it? Should I learn something blockchain development like Solidity? Learn whatever you like. Everything has a value. There are people who want Android apps built. There are people who want blockchain apps built. Learn whatever appeals to you. I don't think I'll do this today. I noticed because I do have to like download this WOD and cut it up into some sort of a YouTube video at some point for the networking stuff. So I'll go and do that. I just wanted to put this serverless Presso ID out there because I'll probably be building it next week or maybe even this weekend. I don't know. So if you guys want to see this, make sure you hit that follow button if you haven't already, and follow me on Twitter as well if you haven't already, where I'm going to announce what I'm doing. And once again, if you like this application that I'm using that's called Eraser, go check it out at eraser.io/dev. Link, I just put the link in the chat. What is my background? I am a student right now, and I've been working part-time and full-time, some combination of part-time and full-time for like 5 years. So I've been a student for 5 years and I've been working for 5 years. Yeah, I think my throat hurts now, which is probably a good idea that I should raid someone and end. Where are you right now? I am in the United States, in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio. Let's see who's live. CM Griffin. We raided Griffin last time. There's Auto is live, Acorn is live. Who do you guys want to raid? There's 8 of us in here, not that big of a raid. Who do you guys want to raid? Who do you guys want to watch? The best way to drink tea is to slurp it. If you're not slurping it, you're doing something wrong. No thoughts? Rating is up to me? Okay. Let's see. Oh, Trash is live. Fuck yeah. Why did he not show up in my follows? Is he not live? Yeah, he's live. We'll raid Trash. Let's go. And if you're on YouTube, my age 23, about to be 24. go rate trash. I'll end on YouTube. Thanks for showing up, everyone. It was fun chatting with everyone. Bye bye. And also, bye bye Twitch.